Welcome back, everyone. We're going to be doing LeetCode 26, remove duplicates from a sorted array. This is pretty similar to, I think it's number 27, remove element from a sorted array, but we're still going to do this one. So we are given an integer array called nums sorted in non-decreasing order, and we want to remove the duplicates in place such that each unique element appears only one time. The relative order of the elements should be kept the same. And since it is impossible to change the length of the array in some languages, we must instead have the result be placed in the first part of the array. Okay, so yeah, it's essentially the same thing. So any duplicates that are in here, we want to replace it with an underscore and move all of the valid values to the front. And then we want to return the count of valid values that we have. So again, we're going to have a count variable. We'll initialize it to 0. We're going to do an initial pass through our number array. We'll say for I in range length of nums. Actually, we will start at 1. We want to say if nums of I minus 1, right? So we check position 0. If that is equal to nums of I, right, at position 1, then we want to say nums of I minus 1 will be equal to an underscore. That's just going to replace all of the duplicates in our list. So if we print nums, and we'll return count so we don't just get an error message, we can see that we've now replaced the duplicate 1, which was in our original array. Okay, so now we just have to move this underscore to the end and these valid values to the front. So how do we do that? We can use a while loop. We can say left and right will both be initialized at the 0th position, and we will say while right is less than the length of our current array. We want to say if nums at our right pointer, if that is not equal to the underscore character, then we are simply going to swap left and right. We'll say nums of left, comma, nums of right will now be nums of right, comma, nums of left. And then we will increment our left pointer by 1. And increment our right pointer by 1 as well. So now if we print out nums here, we can see that our underscore has moved from the front of our array to the back, and our valid values have moved from the back to the front. Okay, now all we have to do is count the number of valid values we have. And again, we can use just one more pass through our array. We can say for I in nums. If I is not equal to the underscore character, we can simply increase our count by 1 and then return our count at the end. So we'll run this, pass both test cases, submit, and we pass the submission. So we'll come back. The time complexity is going to be, all right, this is going to be O of n, this will be O of n, and we're doing one more O of n pass. So it's O of n plus O of n plus O of n, which simplifies down to O of n. And the space complexity is going to be constant, O of 1. We are not creating any new data structures in order to solve this problem. All right, that'll do it for LeetCode 26.